A gorgeous Tuesday setting up in Toronto, 30 degrees, a whole lot of sunshine. Halifax at 23, St. John's with sunshine and 22, even Yellowknife at 21. By later on Tuesday, you could see into Houston, 37 chance of thunderstorms. Atlanta, really the Florida Panhandle, a whole lot of rain in the forecast for Tuesday. Now you can see Kingston is the best one of the bunch, 33 with some sunshine, and you've got 30 in San Juan. So great. It's so great. And it was awesome and it was fine. It may be some sort of relief you want from heat because, yes, we do have a heat warning in place from Environment Canada. Into midweek is when humidex values are going up to 40, 41, 42 possible by Friday for Toronto. Overnight lows staying above 20, so no real relief, and could see some active weather as well. Tuesday, pretty much a repeat from Monday as far as temperatures go. 28 feeling like 31 for Montreal, 30 feeling like 35 for Toronto, though. It really is Wednesday when the humidex kicks in up to 40, 41, and as I mentioned, 42 is what it will feel like in Toronto on Friday. The good news is there is some relief as far as precipitation goes. I know a whole lot of you with those brown lawns like mine are hoping for that. Well, there is a low system that is moving across the country, setting its sights on Ontario. We're keeping an eye on that for midweek. You can see this low as far as tracking of it. Well, we are keeping an eye on that, and we will update you as it gets closer to the end of the week. Monday, a very active day for the prairies, and you can see there are a whole lot of tornado warnings in place, just kept moving. All these cells, Environment Canada keeping an eye on this as well, and actually confirming a couple of tornadoes in Manitoba with this active weather that did roll through. Severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm watches still in place in some parts. If it is your area, if you are affected, you will see a red banner along the bottom of your screen, and that will give you what you need to do as far as staying safe. Now, sure that whatever you do, you are safe when you do it. So the unsettled weather continuing in the west, this upper low bringing some moisture, and it will still bring the possibility of some active weather into Alberta into Tuesday. Still that moisture, as you can see, along the U.S.-Canada border. So we will keep an eye on that. The good news is that dry conditions will begin to set in for the weekend. Certainly some relief that they are hoping for, and some wet weather moving into Ontario, which is also something they've been hoping for. Your local is now. And at theweathernetwork.com. Hi, I'm Kara Judge. It has been an active Monday. Tuesday, also seeing some potential for some active weather through parts of Manitoba. And they're great pictures. They really are. As long as you can take them safely, we'd love it when you share them. So here it is, the troublemaker, as you might want to say, that is bringing this active weather, this precipitation through Tuesday. So Edmonton, Calgary, still a chance of some thunderstorms. There are still some warnings and watches in place in parts of Manitoba as far as severe thunderstorms go. If you are in that area, just know there will be a red banner along the bottom of the screen giving you the information that you do need to know. So into Tuesday, as far as the conditions go, you can see that there is still the potential for some more setup for some severe thunderstorms. Calgary, Lethbridge definitely in the chance of some large hail, some heavy rain, and wind gusts on Tuesday as well. Now we're going to take a look with some more information from Deb. And yes, there it is for August. Calgary, average rainfall 57 millimeters. Rainfall to date above 54. It's barely August. I know you in Ontario are going, please come on, we want some of that. More details on that coming up. Right now you have a heat warning, Environment Canada issuing that because the humidity is going to crank in on Wednesday, and that means highs, well, in the 30s, but they will feel more like 40, 41, 42, and overnight lows not dropping below 20, so no real relief. On Tuesday, though, kind of a repeat as far as temperatures go and conditions go from Monday. And that high pressure, as I mentioned, stays in, but you can see this moisture beginning to move through, and that is what is bringing in the high humidity values into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as well. And with that comes some instability. Watch for some showers possible overnight Wednesday into Thursday. But there are those humidex readings, 40, 41, and 42 into Friday for Toronto. Precipitation, as I mentioned, you can watch for that as well. It's later on this week, but the good news is that it does seem to be setting its sights on parts of Ontario. Hamilton definitely would like some of that. 86 is the average rainfall as far as millimeters go, but only at 47. That rain, as I mentioned, in Toronto on Wednesday. So watch for that. And so, you know, you give a little. Hi, I'm Kara Judge. Well, Rio de Janeiro at 20 with sunshine for Tuesday morning. That is a great way to wake up into the afternoon, warming up to 26. And it really does stay pretty much dry. No real activity to be concerned about as far as any sort of, active weather like thunderstorms or anything that would possibly interrupt the games at all. As I mentioned, though, the GTA warmer than there into the week. So warm, in fact, Environment Canada has issued a heat warning. So what that means, humidex values are staying quite high into the low 40s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Overnight lows staying above 20. AC is what you want if you have it. And if you are working outside or you have to be outside, stay hydrated. Get hydrated before you go outside really is the best thing. The humidity, as you can see, it's coming back in midweek. So that does mean moisture, which I know you, if your lawn is brown like mine, you're hoping for it as well. So as I mentioned, Toronto on Wednesday will feel more like 40. Same in Ottawa, feeling more like 40 for a high. Here's that moisture that I was talking about. If you watch later on into the week, you can see some of it moving through now out to the west. There is the chance for some severe weather on Tuesday for Edmonton, Red Deer as well. Manitoba having some severe weather on Monday. Environment Canada confirming 2 tornadoes. In fact, your local is now with us. We love that too. TheWeatherNetwork.com is where you can go for that. Hi, I'm Kara Judge. As I mentioned, this picture taken Dauphin, Manitoba, very active. Love how beautiful Mother Nature can be and, well, dangerous at the same time. So thanks for sharing those pictures. This is the troublemaker, and it's kind of sticking around into Tuesday for parts of Alberta, Edmonton, Lethbridge especially, still having the possibility of some active weather. Manitoba seeing a high pressure system move in and clearing skies into Tuesday evening. As far as precipitation goes, well, let's first talk about the severe risk. As I mentioned, Lethbridge, Calgary, Red Deer, Edmonton, still you want to keep an eye on the skies. Wind gusts, heavy rain, large hail, all possible with the risk on Tuesday. There you go, Calgary at 21, but again, still keeping an eye for active weather. Vancouver cloudy and 18 through Tuesday. Yellowknife at 21 with some sunshine. The dry conditions do roll in for the weekend right along the U.S. border. Dry conditions is not something that Calgary is used to. More details with Deb. And here are those numbers Deb was talking about. Average rainfall at 57 millimeters. Rainfall to date 54 plus millimeters just for August. And it's not even double digits in August yet. Well, GTA would certainly like some of that rain, right? Absolutely. 30, feeling like 35 for Toronto on Wednesday, but that temperature is going to increase. A heat warning in place for parts of southern Ontario. Here's what you want to be aware of. Humidex values could feel like 40, 41, 42 overnight lows, staying above 20. So quite hot. High pressure system still in place for Tuesday. As that moves out, in comes that humid southerly air, and that is what is prompting that heat warning. 40, 41, 42, as I mentioned. Ottawa feeling like 40 on Wednesday as well. There is some moisture setting its sights on Ontario, so that's good news. It's just later in the week as far as that system moving in. Also keeping an eye on another low that could bring a lot of rain into next week. It is complex. We here at the Weather Network are still keeping an eye on exactly when and where and how much that will actually affect us. Keeping an eye on that low pressure system into Wednesday, still affecting Alberta. You can see Ottawa, Toronto, still nice and dry.